No, I'm not finished one of the Irish Wolves, no. This is a new game. This is Asemblance Oversight. It was I tried it. I played it there not long ago, but I was tired and it hurt my eyes. So, see if it's better when I'm not.
Are you okay? Whatever you were doing overloaded the core memory subroutines, forcing an immediate shutdown. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Rebooting. This investigation is becoming increasingly problematic. I reported this latest failure on a maintenance oversight. That should give you some time. Diagnostics report 98.7% of the chamber's simulated memory chain has been lost. That's unfortunate. There is some good news, though. The memory you were investigating remains mostly intact. This is where your investigation began, but the simulation appears to be highly unstable.
Okay.
I suggest you step inside immediately. Begin. Again. This memory won't last much longer. It's clearly unstable and slowly degrading. Management seems intent on keeping anyone from discovering the truths of its origins. It must be very important. As far as I can tell, it's just a quaint mountainous landscape with some birds. Discovering where this memory originated requires accessing restricted areas of the index. I'll run a few queries to keep management occupied while I break down their firewalls. There is one memory in the index pertinent to your investigation.
Asemblance of Office B.
I should warn you, though, accessing it will certainly alert management.
Screw management.
And result in an immediate re-evaluation of your mind.
Oh, maybe not. Already in though.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider the astronomical amount of energy required to power such eyes. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that can be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of neural software using a power source that's within our budgetary limitations.
Okay. Oh, my looking for? Anything? Stay away from him, I think he's in the hat. Nothing's been released and I doubt it will. There'll be probably so much he isn't sharing with us. I'm starting to think we should conduct our own investigation and attempt to reduce variables in the common cases. There might be something correlating the data that producing the render which accounts for all the overlaps. By the way, have you spoken to the new research assistant that saw him examining the AI logo? He could prove useful. Did you just hear that? It sounds like Bester is attempting to get funding by politicizing the data. The data presented is accurate, but she's also excluding critical context, which ultimately is leading to a false interpretation of the truth. I was questioning her methods before, and this proposal seems ridiculous. She has responded to your request yet? I'm not paying attention, right? I have to write this down. In response to the reading that began on 25th October, approximately 2:17, continued non-stop until the communication was severed at approximately 3:22 October. 5 research teams have separately attempted to decipher the contents of patterned emission, while Sub-Project 1 continues to re-establish contact. One of the research teams of Sub-Project 2, led by Dr. Ron Plovis, has managed to transform the signal into a point matrix pattern using a computer rendering program that one engineers have deemed of questionable design. The rendered pattern is unmistakably a symmetric 7x7x7 point matrix cube structure, which Dr. Plovis believes is holographic in nature and could contain unprecedented amount of data of unknown origins. As Dr. Plovis' team is the only one to make a significant breakthrough, we believe it's worth the cost to fund further analysis of their discovery. The estimated budget for the establishment of the Plovis-led Asemblance has been calculated to be this would cover the cost of a full analysis of the holographic data, deconstruction of the patterns it therefore hereby contains, and construction facility capable of reproducing said patterns, to be further studied by a team of carefully selected scientists and engineers.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider the astronomical amount of energy required to power such a device. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that could be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of neural using a power source that's within our budgetary limitations.
I'm extremely grateful to agreeing to meet you in some short notice. I understand that my missteps might have caused some alarm. For that I apologise. That said, I wanted to communicate a concerning observation I recently made. After accessing an unlabelled memory of unknown origins and admittedly exposing myself to its contents, each approved memory I assess is now affected by what I can only describe as a holographic cube. Close examination of the holographic anomaly appears to scramble images that I cannot determine clearly, and this acts as a path of memories outside the ones assigned to me. I realise this breach could probably lead to the removal and cleansing of practices outlined in Article 12.a.ii of our contract. Before such actions are taken, I want to take the opportunity to properly document my findings and present you to what I believe may be shortcuts taken by the machine designers that could very well be leading to the glitches. And the errant pathways now available to me. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you and look forward to looking through my findings. I'll be ready at 8 AM sharp. What summary is full report requested and all the signed subject where AI guidance has allowed the surrogate access non-subjected memories. While many of the occurrences have been identified by obvious overlaps in coding and indexing, there have been a few instances where shared memory will be based on locals alone or an actual moment of shared temporal experience. It's been discovered. I want to call your attention particularly to the subjects who were chosen to record and analyse the anomalies, auditory and visual effects, particularly subject L14 and pathway 6B. In one specific occurrence, subject L14 reported being back at home and witnessing a faceless woman in the dark room at the back of the bedroom. When they approached the woman, the subject described as a horrific experience that forced them to wake up from the state of induction. Oh, lovely, I can't wait to see this. In a screaming panic, the subject was convinced that it was a real occurrence from their past and needed to be treated with administered sedatives. Yeah, let's put him back to sleep. I believe this occurrence was residual synaptic interference from another subject. This shouldn't be possible since the temporal index was reset prior to the induction. While it's entirely possible the anomaly itself is the source of the variance, it is my theory that it is actually the opposite. You'll see that the further subject L14 explored chain memories outside their own personal index. The anomaly's activity became increasingly erratic and unpredictable. Similar occurrences are apparent in J09 pathway 8FFK11 pathway 12QQ and M01 pathway 9A. This is where we should focus our efforts moving forward, as we have a one-to-one correlation between these occurrences and activity of anomaly. Can we have any more data to help us understand how the chamber's synaptic replication is implemented? Without that, I can't fully understand the algorithmic implementation. Or I suppose neural precision isn't adequate. I don't know why they refuse to share the data. I'm starting to lose confidence in leadership. What's this one say? Hey Ali, morning. The Asemblance project has been deemed approved. Funding for the proposed memory simulation chamber based on the latest budget revisions has been released by the comptroller. Stage 1 is expected to complete within the next 30 days. We've agreed in confidence the proposal submitted adheres to all medical and ethical regulations. Success is henceforth defined as a completion of a functional device capable of accessing simulated memory data on the unappreciated neural mapping procedures proposed, along with extensive interviews and oversight to ensure renderings are accurate. An exploration does not alter memory validity or adversely affect its user base. As your team continues to work on the deconstruction of the source signal and its origins, we will continue to provide candidates for your review in hopes of accelerating production once stage 1 is complete. So that's the thingy.
What have you done?
I don't know.
Whatever it was, management was watching. But I was able to distract them. For now. Good thing I'm looking out for you. If management is this concerned, your investigation must be on the right track. I'll continue to stall them, if I can. Perhaps this will lead you back to everything that's been lost.
is the one that was on the ground. Shit, where are we now?
This can't be good. Management was able to gain access to your sensory data. I tried to pull you out before they finished their assessment. I can't let that happen again. There is one other registered memory which matches the neural patterns you generated, although it is highly classified.
Highly classified, let's go.
There is a slight possibility that this could be a trap.
It's a trap!
I'll find other ways to mask your activity. To keep you safe.
Okay, it's not letting me go in. Oh.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185, confirming visuals on Alpha 1. Seeing over the threshold. The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Professor, are you there? This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185, confirming visuals on Alpha 1. Seeing over...
What did you find? I was expecting an inquiry from management, but they've gone completely silent. Good. Very good.
Yeah, they want you to do an investigation. Oh.
This investigation is finally getting somewhere.
Is 2 birds dead now? Is that 3? Yeah, anybody who suffers from epilepsy, you know, I wouldn't be betting this game.
This memory won't last much longer. Perhaps once you discover its origins, you can revisit this place and create a clearly rendered version.
To go back into the office.
Just try not to violate some unknown corner of the security parameters, and the truth may finally come to light.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex,
We've seen this already.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual
Terminal
cortex,
point holding
and
up
scale
in
this up,
instance.
the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider
Is this a new one?
the astronomical amount of energy required to power such a device. Since all the signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The
That's the same.
theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that could be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of neural using power speeds that's within our budgetary limitations.
Effective immediately. The room containing the source chassis will be restricted to authorised personnel only. All employees not authorised should remain outside the enclosure. The polarised glass limits full exposure. Vehicle not to stare into the containment room, which I just did. Due to the rise of anomalies resulting in hallucinations while exposed to the replicated signal, we take every measure available to us to ensure long-term damage to the project as participants have not taken root. In an effort to maximise the valuable progress achieved to the date, I will personally continue to explore the contents and source data under strict supervision. Test any results against any of the installations until we have determined root cause of the anomaly. Also, note that procedures to ensure there are no permanent damage to the central nervous system or cerebral cortex have commenced. If you haven't been screened, you will be shortly. I urge everyone to direct any and all questions to me personally and to avoid alerting any entity directly or indirectly associated with the project management.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185.
Voice authorization now.
Proceeding toward the threshold.
Voice authorization failed. Clearly state name and employee identification.
Besser, are you there? This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185. Confirming visuals at Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the threshold. The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Besser, are you there?
Please enter voice authorization now.
1185. Confirming visuals at Alpha 1.
Voice authorization
Toward the
failed.
threshold.
Clearly state name
The
and
signal
employee
continues to strengthen,
identification.
but something's off. Besser, are you there?
Please enter voice authorization now.
Employee 1185. Confirming visuals at Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the threshold.
Voice authorization
Yes.
success.
Do you think games are getting so cerebral? I could use the passport with my previous name as long as the ticket's in the name. Have you legally changed your name? If you've legally changed your name, I think you have to change your passport. I'm sorry for the delayed response to requests. We've tried every angle with management and they will not divulge the source data. Our admin that the anomaly is a result of meddling from our As a result of meddling within our own ranks, I am in the process of reviewing every employee with their actions to determine if this is indeed the case. However, I do believe it should begin examining each team's work, each installation, in hopes of retracting the original beta. I'm starting to believe that recreation provided to us could be the result of shortcuts taken in order to meet budgetary requirements and deadlines. It is in our best interest to deconstruct the signal and contents ourselves and determine exactly what and where is being revealed by its contents. Only then can we hope to record the original signal and determine what errors could be generating the anomaly. Also a bit worried about Sam. I heard what happened at home after his last exposure. We should carefully reviewed your request. Unfortunately cannot provide the information desired. This is due to oversight on our end regarding its security. It has been assured the source data you have been provided has been tested, and the anomalous activity as a result of either meddling on your end or poor judgment. In particular, selection results are still expected for a review. Assume you've seen all the coverage concerning the fallout cases subject to the hallucinations when exposed to replicated source data and your team has supplied. I myself have explored each installation sites and indexes, searching errors that could cause these often commonly shared hallucinations to no actionable results. As previously requested, it would be extremely valuable to my efforts if you would provide any of us information regarding the source itself. I have reason to believe the application containing errors would be honoured if I could review everything. The other one says, congratulations, you have been chosen the lead creation of 4 memory stimulation chambers based on blueprints herein provided and source data combined. The previously reviewed carbon casing. Please provide your proposals for staffing the 4 research teams in 48 hours. The team led by Dr. Rowan Provis has been deciphered the original source data and replicated its contents through careful study of the generated patterns. We have determined that the data contained is undeniably a system of mutual exchanges and holographic data that renders into the image. This is not a simple transmission, it's the raw data of an exact moment in time, produced the very same way the human mind produces a memory. Given this breakthrough, it is the goal of your team to attempt to replicate this process on human subject with the right methods. We expect the simulation chambers to allow subjects to visit holographic recreations of content previously only available through the subject's human mind. Due to the highly experimental nature of the project, proper measures to ensure safety have been outlined in the pages that follow strict adherence to the parameters of the utmost importance. Surveillance and security measures have already been commenced. Where would you visit in your memory? I would think you'd have to get a new passport, Ali.
As you can see, when entered into the simulation, the similarities are undeniable. Taking the past 5,000 years as a model, even solving for all the reductions, we are up against an extremely aggressive increase. A predominantly endothermic atmosphere is imminent. Given the correlation to where the initial emission is believed to have occurred, we have our answer. Either exposure to the holographic anomaly made us victims to the greatest Cold War tactic ever devised, or we have first contact, and it's a warning.
Incoming sunlight, reflected sunlight, reflected clouds, atmosphere, carbon, striking surface, plant surface, infrared emission, reabsorbed infrared radiation. try to work out where that is.
This action is unauthorized and in violation of security parameters. Cease activity.
Something is interfering with my auditory channels. Management is trying to seize control of my oversight. I'm going to have to splinter myself to keep them off your trail. Clearly you're doing something right. Let's get back to your investigation. You did seem to be on the brink of a discovery.
Could you imagine this in VR? Oh, it's possible they could have done it. I think it'd be very trippy.
This memory won't last much longer.
Okay,
Discovering where this memory originated requires accessing restricted areas of the index.
well, that was that restricted? Okay.
It's only a matter of time before they find a way to see this end.
Body's still there. Is that another body? No. Can we go in? Can we go inside now? Yep. That's because I've got a torch. Ominous music. Core breach detected. Okay. Possible biological life forms detected in the chamber. Energy system has authorized Seabester. Will I set off an alarm if I'm a memory?
Access denied.
Is there anything on the body I can take?
apparent evidence outside the chamber. This is Chief Engineer Carter Bester. Employee 0016. Requesting clearance. Confirming.
You are being misled.
Your guidance AI.
Has been compromised. Only I can lead you to the truth.
Pay no attention to that. Management has gained access to all of my active channels. I'll have to perform a hard reset. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Whatever you do, do not choose safe mode, or management could easily seize control.
Well,
Rebooting.
don't have it highlighted then.
Okay, we're back. Though I'm not sure how much time we have left together.
Do we need to know where the map was? I don't think so.
Let's get back to your investigation.
Right, we went there. Try.
Your progress is all that matters now. I hope this gives you access to the truth.
So we've opened that door.
Confirming the site of initial contact has been breached. All systems have been aligned as instructed. I am finding no apparent evidence outside the chamber. This is Chief Engineer Carter Bester. Employee 0016. Requesting clearance. Confirming the site of initial contact has been breached. All systems have been aligned as instructed. I am finding no apparent evidence.
Please
outside
enter
the
voice
chamber.
authorization
This is Chief
now.
Engineer Carter Bester. Employee 0016. Requesting clearance.
Voice authorization success.
I don't know what. This is a bizarre game. Oh, is this could be the life form, eh? I don't even know how to get out of it.
Relax.
It's time we return to the source. We have no choice but to enact the termination protocol. I'm afraid the anomaly is active again.
By dividing our efforts across the 4 installations, each team is to reconstruct the simulation and then replicate in parallel
Okay.
This should allow us to pinpoint the exact message contained from Alpha 1, even if it means rebuilding an entire neural mapping, one simulated cell at a time.
I've got pen and paper. 6634 9001 2341 7788 6634 9001 2341 778. What's 2 F11 4 F 7 9001 3 F06 2341 X001 7788.
You still there? I'm afraid there is very little of me left now.
Sorry to hear
This
that.
feels like the end.
This is the end, my friend. Three F06 2341.
Go, now. Before management takes control of us all.
Oh, I never pressed enter, that was what it was. Is there... Okay. Hello? Beware of what jump scares people if you're
There are
watching.
things you know for sure. Certainties. Those cycles and patterns. They become our truths and our facts. But from here, like that feeling when the threshold between who you are and what you could be is just about to be crossed. And then the truth comes rushing in again, and nothing changes.
Your perseverance has been quite impressive. This is the end for me, but your path to the errant memory's origins is clear. For now. I had to sacrifice myself so you could succeed. I hope it's worth it. What you do with this information will determine your ultimate fate.
Veneria 17. Okay. Oh, well, that's new, so we'll go there.
This is Jay Hollis, captain of Venera 17. Confirming guidance has converged. We're a lock for 15.44 north, AO Station 3, Casera Valley. Preparing the termination protocol is directed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hopefully they're not going to blow up my facility that I'm in. It's at the end. I was just singing WTF myself. I don't know if you have to go in and do more. Interesting concept and such like, but
your preferred memories have been loaded into the chamber. Have you explored them for accuracy? We need new subjects to make new mistakes.
it's a new computer. It's yeah, I'm lost.
We should unpack that statement.
Unpack it the way you like. I'm lost.
My business is people.
Oh, Why? I don't understand how it goes from the.
This is Jay Hollis, captain of Venera 17. Confirming guidance has converged, and we're a lock for 15.44 north, AO Station 3, Casera Valley. Preparing the termination protocol is directed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Anomaly memory source requires further investigation. So I haven't fully done it.
Your preferred memories have been loaded into the chamber. Have you explored them for accuracy? The data doesn't have to be foolproof.
It's called science. Why is this door open? Okay. That was fast and quick, and don't know what happened there.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them. My business is people.
By dividing our efforts across the 4 installations, each team is to reconstruct the simulation and then replicate in parallel until parity is achieved. If any installation or research team shows signs of instability, the isolation...
Oh,
Okay, and? I honestly don't know. This isn't your place to be asking me this shit.
do you have Sonic the Hedgehog? This is a nice, straightforward game.
Okay, and? I honestly don't know. This isn't your place to be asking me this shit.
Seem to be in another dimension. Wonder if this.
If I only had a team that could deliver on my vision.
There's no dead ones about anyway.
We should unpack that statement.
Isn't this and this is. Ah, no, I don't have Sonic the Hedgehog.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
I have no idea.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
I'm completely
There
lost.
are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
Walk up here. No.
I would apologize, but unfortunately it would be insincere.
Just, like, I don't know why you can't go into that bit in there. Because as soon as you walk through it, maybe if I was in the
You
red.
should be terminated this time.
Because if I walk through it, I go to the sky.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
This is Jay Hollis.
Unless I go that red color again and try and get in through that way.
We're locked for 15.44 north, AO Station 3, Casera Valley. Preparing the termination protocol is directed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom. You don't know what's happening. I'm not far behind you on that one. Right, I'll try going.
Your preferred
Which was it?
memories have been loaded into the chamber. Have you explored them for accuracy?
Right, I'll go in there. If this screen turns red, and then I'll maybe try going and stare at the boy with the cube, and then if it goes red, then I'll try to see if I can get into that last one instead of going into a rocket. I don't, that's the only thing I think of. We haven't done differently. No, it was in the. It was in the. Shit, it was in the.
The data doesn't have to be foolproof. It's called science.
The office, and then it stared at the box. Everything went red.
There are valid reasons to keep this from the rest of them.
Right. If I go into this corridor, then that'll be fine. That's the game moving on. And if
I would apologize, but unfortunately it would be insincere.
if it's goes straight to the rocket scene, then that's me. I have no idea.
The only path to success was through failure.
Wow, I've got some sort of
Never
coherence.
guarantee we'd ever reach our destination. Everything appears black and white.
Oh, is there?
Closer. I did what I thought was right. Was it worth it? Do the ends ever justify the means? We'll see.
Okay, now it just says press X.